Coming up, we'll take a closer look at the innovative way theater students show their talents during this time of COVID and hear about one FPS student who's helping others achieve their goal.
We'll also find out about how one group of students is staying in touch with senior community members during these times. I'm Kennedy Webb.
And I'm Abby Brandon. Welcome to the Bulldog Weekly.
Three, two, one.
Welcome back to the Bulldog Weekly. Today is Thursday, December 10th. We've got a great show planned.
We'll start off with some national news from our reporter, Emma Gardner.
Thanks, Abby. The COVID-19 vaccine is almost ready to administer, but is still awaiting emergency use authorization by the Centers for Disease Control. The vaccine is expected to be approved in the coming days and could be available for distribution in the U.S. by early next week. The Pfizer vaccine was approved for use in the U.K., and doses are already being administered to the most vulnerable portions of the population. Dr. Anthony Fauci says the vaccine is safe and encourages as many people as possible to get the vaccine. If enough people receive the vaccine, COVID-19 could be under control, he says, by the end of the summer of 2021. That's all for national news. I'm Emma Gardner, back to the desk.
Thanks, Emma. In lieu of our winter concert season, the FHS Choir is releasing a recording in mid-December and offering a full digital album for purchase. Your purchase of the digital album will include songs featuring all choirs, a wide variety of music, and a specialized embroidered mask. Funds raised go to the cost of sanitization equipment, choir gear, and yearly fees. For more information, go to the high school website.
December is National Santa Claus Month. This holiday season, the library along with FCCLA are teaming together to help you donate to your local animal shelter. A box will be set up in the library for any collected items. This display and project is led by library service learners and will be up for the entire month of December.
For most of the year, there have been a lot of disappointments involving canceled sports due to COVID-19, but one student is changing that during this cross-country season.
FHS TV reporter Orion Rankin tells us about how one Fayetteville Elementary School runner is improving the lives of those around him.
Here at FHS, cross-country is a very popular sport. That popularity trickles down to elementary students, where one FPS student is very passionate about running.
I really want to be in the Olympics to run.
He runs on his own. He does train with the Ramey cross country team in the summer or the West Fork cross country team, and so he does the workouts that the high school kids do.
Rebel is a fourth grader at Holcomb Elementary, and part of the reason that he loves to run is that he gets to be a guide runner for another local high school student by the name of Paul.
Paul likes running. He enjoys running. He likes being a part of the team. But one of the things that a lot of people don't know about Paul is that he is autistic, and so he doesn't really have a lot of friends or make friends easily, and sometimes when you talk to Paul, it's kind of hard to take if you didn't know. And so I think having Rebel there has made Paul want to compete in meets, because the meet aspect was what was a little bit hard for Paul.
Sometimes I have to pull him up the hill or tell him to run faster or tell him to get at this pace.
Just being able to navigate that, so knowing that you're not running for you and what you need to do, but that you have to be able to tell that person you're guiding what's coming, and they've had to learn together, and that's what's the greatest thing, is that they've developed that relationship.
I just love helping people, and it makes me feel good, and I really want to help people, and especially people with disabilities like Paul.
With all the Rebels' help, he guided Paul to a top 60 finish at the state championships, while his team finished second overall. For FHS TV, I'm Orion Rankin.
Thanks, Orion, and thank you to Rebel for all you're doing to help out.
The application to be an FHS ambassador for the 21-22 school year is now open. The FHS Ambassadors is a group of student leaders who focus on helping the school and community in many different ways. It is a great program for students who wish to be more involved. Applications can be found on the CAP website.
The MLK Holiday Essay Contest is back. You can find details about the essay on the high school website. The deadline for submission is today. Please email your submissions to the address on your screen with the subject line MLK Holiday Essay.
There will be no school dance this year for Colors Day. Students will still vote on a court, and the Ballot Girls will dance at our home game on February 2nd and at the ceremony scheduled for Tuesday, February 9th.
Fayetteville Public Schools will offer free meals for all children through December 31st. The Child Nutrition Program will offer free meals to all children 18 years and younger because of temporary federal program flexibility. Siblings of FPS students and other children in the community are eligible for free 5-day meal packs. Please call FPS Child Nutrition at the number on your screen to order meals.
Basketball season is beginning at FHS, and there are guidelines for student attendance in Bulldog Arena due to COVID-19 restrictions. All students are required to purchase e-tickets in advance of the game. FHS will only allow 85 students in the student section, and students must stand on the pre-placed stickers to observe social distancing. Masks must be also worn at all times.
With COVID affecting everyone's lives, many fine arts programs at FHS have not been able to showcase their talents. This year, the theater department thought outside the box and came up with a creative solution.
FHS TV reporter Carly Flynn takes us behind the scenes of the Quarantine Cabaret to show how they've adjusted in order to keep breaking a leg.
Did I just hear an alarm start ringing? Did I see sirens go flying past? Although I don't know what tomorrow's bringing, I've got a singular impression things are moving too fast.
Quarantine Cabaret was an event featuring FHS students with Broadway actors. This program allowed students to perform in a time when most productions were shut down.
Out of nowhere, we got an email from an alumni who graduated back in 1978 saying, "Hi, I heard that you're not able to do theater this year. My niece is a Broadway actress doing this really cool program called Broadway from Home. Would you be interested?" And of course, I said, absolutely, that would be incredible.
My favorite part probably was just being able to perform, because we haven't been able to do that since 9 to 5, which was last year, like 7 months ago. So the best part about the Quarantine Cabaret was just getting to perform in any capacity whatsoever that isn't like a classroom. And it also just kind of gives you the opportunity to like explore how to like create theater and theatrical experiences in your own home and in your own like personal space rather than like a stage.
For 5 weeks, they got to learn acting technique, voice technique, dance technique, and improv. And while they not only did that, they had an individual piece that they were able to be coached with one-on-one.
My favorite part was probably getting to work with like professional actors and just really help grow my skills as an actor, and like learning to adapt to performing in a Zoom, like virtually. I hadn't done that before, so that was a really good learning experience.
This once-in-a-lifetime opportunity made a lasting impression on the students and teachers.
The feedback and experience that the students and I experienced was nothing but praises and excitement. We were itching to just be able to perform because we've been cooped up for so long. So just to be able to do our passion and share it with the world was just phenomenal. But also what was great is that it gave an outlet for our students to bond during these difficult times and also to grow as artists with people who are actually doing it in the industry.
Right now the stage is empty, but FHS hopes to fill this theater this spring. I'm Carly Flynn. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Carly. We can't wait for the next production put on by the FHS Theater Department.
After the break, we'll hear about our student ambassadors who are getting into the holiday spirit by writing letters.
We'll also hear from Coleman Stinnett with the Bulldog Sports Report. We'll see you in 30.
Okay, so as you have probably noticed, Jimmy is not here today. He is actually sick and on quarantine. So, Jimmy, what are you doing here?
I feel fine, so I thought I'd just come in. Guys, I just wanted to get to my seat. I feel fine. I feel fine. Like, don't worry. I'm okay. I just wanted to go to my seat.
Welcome back to the Bulldog Sports Report. I'm Coleman Snennett. Both the boys and girls basketball teams played the Nixa Eagles this past week. The boys lost a close game by 2 points, while the girls team won in a near blowout by the score of 77-55. Both teams are back in action in Bulldog Arena tomorrow night against the Jacksonville Titans, with the first game starting at 5:30 p.m. Remember, all tickets must be purchased online and will not be sold at the door. If you would like to purchase tickets, you can do so by going to the address on your screen. The FHS bowling team split a meet with Rogers on Tuesday, and they are back in action tonight against Springdale and Harbor. Finally, the wrestling team will take on Cabot on the road tomorrow beginning at 4 p.m. Be sure to stay tuned to the Bulldog Weekly for reports on all FHS sports. That's all for the Bulldog Sports Report. I'm Coleman Stennett. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Coleman. During these hard times of COVID, many students and teachers haven't been able to visit with their older relatives. However, one FHS program is looking to give local senior citizens some holiday cheer.
FHS TV reporter Luke Abney tells us more about the students who are writing letters to older community members.
This time of the year is usually filled with friends and family, but in times like these, the senior citizens aren't able to see their families like they normally would. The FHS ambassadors set out to send letters to a local senior center in an effort to make some new friends and spread holiday joy.
What we did for this project were my group and ambassadors, we reached out to some counselors to put in the announcements to write letters to the seniors at the Fayetteville Senior Center, just wishing them a happy holidays because they're not getting a lot of human interaction with the pandemic right now.
We enlisted the help of the school so that we could get more letters to people and have a more diversity of letters. And then we also had the cheer and dance team write letters for the Christmas season, and that made it so that we had letters going to them in both the Thanksgiving season and the Christmas season.
So the goal for this project is to just reach people who are in the senior center. I know at this time many elderly people are feeling isolated because their families aren't able to visit, and so this is just a way to show them that their community does care about them, that we're thinking about them at this time, and that we are wishing them a happy holiday season.
It's been fun crafting our own unique little letters with decorations on them. Yeah, it's just kind of unique to the person that writes it, so it's pretty fun.
I think overall the project has been a really big success. When they first proposed to me that they were going to ask other students to contribute letters, I honestly didn't think we would get a lot of feedback, but we've had so many letters pouring into my classroom that I think that they've been surprised, I've been surprised, and we're really happy because we can fulfill a greater need as we have more letters.
There is still time to write letters and reach out to local senior citizens. A new batch of letters will be going out just before Christmas. For FHS TV, I'm Luke Abney.
Thanks, Luke, and thank you to all FHS students who have contributed by writing letters. That's all we've got for this edition of the Bulldog Weekly. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at FHS-TV-Fayetteville High for all new shows and live events.
And follow us on our Instagram at FHS Bulldog TV to stay up to date with all the news around the school and in the community. I'm Abby Brandon.
And I'm Kennedy Webb. We'll see you next time.